Here we go again, and what do you see? Well, this is part of what we're going to be building today, but our final build will be a nuclear reactor, or just one today. But we need to get there. I've done some of the free work, as you can see on the right, but we will be building what's in front of you, which is producing uranium pellets, which will then produce uranium rods, which way over here will be transported, because we had a change of plans, to this. Our first nuclear plant on this island. So they'll be transported over there, and this will be producing our clean, efficient nuclear energy. So stick around to see how I got to this. Let's get on with the show. Welcome back everyone. It is absolutely amazing to be back, and we're back with Captain of Industry. Thanks for joining me again for another episode of this amazing colony builder or production simulator, whatever you want to call it. It is just awesome. And as you already know, if you watched that quick introduction, you know exactly what we're building today. Yes, that's right, we're going nuclear. We need to build a nuclear reactor. We need power. Our colony is absolutely starving and wanting power. Well, starving for power. We've got plenty of food now, that's not an issue. We need to focus on power. So, it's all about uranium. Well, making uranium rods or pellets first, then rods. We've already done the pre-work, so a lot of the product that goes into those final product of uranium rods is in the making. These will be produced into pellets. What we have at the moment is hydrogen fluoride. We have yellow cake. That is all coming over from the first raw material of good old uranium. And there it is, conveyed from our ship all the way down to our production. Now, things have changed. I had a plan at the start of this episode that not far from all this production of uranium, you will be into uranium rods and uranium pellets, was going to be produced here. And then it was going to go straight to the nuclear plant that was going to be here. But I've decided against the nuclear plant here. The nuclear plant, I don't think we've got enough water. So we're going to go and put the nuclear plant over here, which luckily enough, we have plenty of water here. Well, we think we've got plenty of water. We'll find out. We can always produce more with good old diesel, this beautiful ocean full of water. So, yes, the nuclear plant's going to go here. So that's the only downfall. We're going to have to ship across the good old uranium rods that we produce way over there, over to here. So what have we done? Please smash the like. Please subscribe if you want more. And the notifications helps to be notified whenever I'm alive, or put out another episode of whichever game or sim I am playing. Now, we have done quite a bit. So obviously we've got ready for the nuclear. So that's all here. What else have we done? We have... well, mines are actually being dug deeper and deeper. So this coal mine is nearly exhausted. This... sorry, flicking around a bit. Your iron mine has been exhausted, or close to. So we've started producing or digging more and mining over here for iron. And we already had this one going, our coal, but we're now on over. So this is about 80% of our coal is coming from this, and probably about 60% of our iron is coming from this. Otherwise, it's using our other or our older mines, which is still producing some. We're obviously getting some copper. We're doing a little bit more of a strategic dig, so we should get a lot more out of that. So, oh, actually, we have done other things. We've got ready, because pretty much, basically, we need to produce plastic. Not plastic. We need to produce electronics to get to the next stage. Now, what we need to do with electronics, we need to build this bad boy. Right here. We need to build the silicon reactor. Molten hydrogen. Great news is we have hydrogen just over here, so it's on its way. All this gas we've got sitting in these storage facilities won't be needed for all our power once nuclear's up, and that's just going to help produce a lot more. So at the moment we've got a bit of hydrogen reformer action going, and that action's turning into beautiful hydrogen, and we're going to need that for this process right here. But we've got to get the molten silicon. So what you need for the molten silicon, I'm just going to pause that for a moment. we need the good old molten silicon. So what do we need from that? We need graphite. So right over here, we have stores galore. As far as you can see in these storage, we have a lot of graphite. We're going to need that for other things as well, especially when we upgrade all of our blast furnaces later on. We're going to need graphite to replace coal. So that is all needed to get the silicon, which is going to help produce the electronics later on. Now, we've just got enough electronics to build one nuclear reactor, then that's the new electronics we've found as we've explored the map. So that is our goal. Power, and then that's going to allow us to move into the next stages, because we've researched pretty much most things at the moment rather than the end goal. So if we go right up here, we're right up at the end. We're pretty much up here. So we can't obviously research any further until we put in our next lab. So not even looking at that yet, because we've got to get into electronics. We've got to get into all of this data centers, maintenance 3, and all kinds of things, even all of the household goods. We haven't even got there yet. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into it. So, and our land bridge to our oil. This is going to be our virgin oil. We're not far off getting to that end goal of the oil. We're going to make a land bridge right across as well. Shortcut for our transport trucks. So that's cool as well. And let's get into it. Here we go. We're ready. Look, it's all here. Hydrogen, fluoride, yellow cake, and steel will come along there. So I want to leave enough room for a farm. So what I'm going to do, without finalizing this farm, we're going to put that in there and we're going to press pause. We don't really want that built, but I'm just using that for space and then I'll destroy it. I suppose I could pause it this way, then it won't be built at all. There you go. And we can still put farms down here as well. So I've got enough room to build more farms here. Remember, we're only building the rods here, the uranium rods. So let's get that started. So over here in electricity, enrichment plants. So these enrichment plants produce 3. We need 12 pallets to make 2, I think it is 2, 2 uranium rods. So we're going to produce 4. Yes, they produce 3, so we're going to produce 4. So let's get that started. Now we've got plenty of room to play with. I'm not fussed at the moment, so we can pretty much come out here. And all I'm going to do is produce all of these. This, bang, right across. Beautiful. Now steel's easy, because steel's just going to run straight down here. Oops, not like that. We want it a bit neater than that. Straight down here. Alright. There might be some parts I might skip ahead, just so you don't have to watch some, but I've got plenty of Unity which will fast build or speed build some of this. Okay, so we need to now produce or run a layer of this. We could just bring it down, but I want to do it this way. Now we don't need, is that 4? That is just a 2. It only needs 1. So why waste valuable resources? Well, we've got plenty of them. I suppose they're not too valuable. We've got plenty of them. That's that. While we're doing this, we'll let it do its thing. And we need you. And the same, that only again it needs 3 of that, so we can use the smaller. We'll always go front and up. I could have just done one of these and just copied it, but didn't happen that way. We don't need that for now. Didn't really need that either, but that's okay. And then that, we don't need to store that. But we will store the uranium rods. And then we're going to put an assembly together. So we're going to need some space between here and there. So let's go forward a couple. Now I'm going to go overkill and pretty much build 2 of these. But we really don't need 2. Not for a long time until we've got another 4 of these anyway. So technically, and even those I might mirror those this way. So technically we might change this up later on. So let's just do 1. Okay, so we now need 2. We'll go conveyor 2, and all we're going to do here, I'm going to trap all these trucks. Oh dear. Come on, do your thing, trucks. Come on. Come on. Good, smashing them out already. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, back to slow down. Alright, so all we need here is to go 1 down, up, cross. Just so we can pick all those up. We can pretty much do this. Doesn't really matter, we'll leave a space, won't we? Like that. And that actually just needs to go in there. We don't even need this bit. And then you just need to go up. Why aren't you going up? I just want you to go up. That's it. Let's help speed up these for a moment. Always a quicker way of doing things, but for me, I just flick through them. Only a few things to quick build. We want to start building these pellets straight away. So these will produce our enrichment plant, which will produce the uranium pellets. So they should be ready to rock and roll. So we already should be filling up. Missing input. Yep, that's just missing the... Here it comes. Good. And we will fast build you. Why not? Now, that will need to be stored. So we're going to store you. This is overkill, but I'm just doing it. This is way overkill. So again, we're only going to produce, if you go down here, 12 in, you're only going to get 2. Sorry, yeah, 2 uranium rods. But the nuclear plants only go through 0.03, I think, or no, 0.3. So they don't actually need too much. So at the moment, straight in, we're going to just do that so they can start producing straight away. Now, here is the steel. Beautiful. And you guys should be already off. They go. There we go. So our first, where are they? Who's the first one off the cab? They're not going anywhere, are they, guys? All right, we're going to put you in there so you can actually get off the rack. All right, nice. Oops, did I just destroy you? No, I didn't. All right, so our pellets will be coming off the line. Uranium pellets. Here they come. There they go. Folks, we have our uranium pellets. They're going in here with the steel that is in there already. And that's not even going to start until we get a nice full load of uranium pellets. So it's going to take a while. But looks like our next one is up and running. So that at the moment is going to be uranium pellets. So we can pretty much stick that in there. That then, we're going to have a truck dedicated to this to send over those uranium pellets all the way, uranium rods, which will come up soon, which will start building soon, over to our nuclear plant. So we're nearly at that stage of nuclear plant or reactor. So just making sure. We're still waiting for a few more. We do need 12. That is going to produce 3, 3, and 3. We're still waiting for this one to come. Now we've got ingredients galore, so we're not going to have an issue with getting this operational. It's going to be some time before that hits off, so I will pause you We'll slow you down while we come and start looking at where we're putting this nuclear plant. So pretty much this will be it. Now, one thing we will need to play around with a bit is, well, number one, water. We've got 2 lots of water coming down, plenty of water in storage. We do have an emergency third one, but obviously if we turn that on, it's going to start eating into our total supply of water, but we have got it. Obviously we're still building these. I'm not in a rush to build these, but I can get those quick build if I need them. And we should have some water stored up. We can recycle that water at the moment. So it's only 1 reactor. Our goal here is 1 reactor, allowing us to get enough power to get electronics. We've only got enough electronics for 1 reactor. So we need to store water. So first thing is water storage. So we need to take or set up some sort of water system to store our supplied water. We've got plenty of it. So let's go over here. We want some space, so we can probably go about here. So water in. We just want to have enough water for a supply. So what we can do here, but we also need the water recycled come around. So it'll probably come around underneath that road bridge, or I move that. I'm not sure if I need it there. And then into here. So now what we need is water. Water. So we're going to leave that for a moment and see how this, the only thing we can do, water comes in, or does water come in this way and go out that way? We'll go in that way. Okay, so we're going to bring this water, will come across, and then you'll come across. That'll be enough for now. Okay. That's that nuclear plant. We're going to need our uranium rods. So again, overkill, but we're going to do it anyway. What we might do is leave a gap, 2 gaps in there. So this, we're going to quick build straight away. That will be for our uranium rods. Now, I just noticed something I did wrong here. It's not uranium pellets, it's uranium rods. You all screamed at me, it's fixed. So they'll go into there. I'll put that on. Now, that is going to export all the way over to here. Wherever is it? Into here. Okay, that's going to have a truck dedicated to it. We are also going to try to say, keep this full. We don't want to export, we only want to import. We don't want to import, we only want to export. All right. Are we producing now? Not yet. But it's coming, it's coming. All right. Cool. Now, nuclear plant, time. Sorry, nuclear reactor. So, now I have not built one of these since I think the beta. So, we'll see if I can remember the best. Well, the way I did it was quite efficient when I did it last time. I don't know if much has changed with it. So the goal is if we can have nuclear around here. I don't know if eventually I will relocate nuclear onto this island. I think that'll be pretty cool. Nuclear island, which we can use on the oil island. So it's an idea. It's an idea. Okay. Let's see. Start this one over here. Give us some space. Don't really need too much space. Okay, so water in, steam out. Now, we'll probably end up needing 2 water. So this is why I'm probably going to go, you've got water coming out here. We'll do a base water. So first of all, leaves a gap. Up, down. Okay. At the moment, I am just going to put these into one. No, I'll separate them. So remember, we can put the power level up higher. We need 95 water. These take 400, so technically they're not going to need 400 per one. So we can do that. That's not going to work, is it? I forgot about that. Or do we just get 400, 300? These do 400, so why don't we, for now, do this. We can change this up later. Okay, and something similar here for now. See how I said for now? Because that will change. Alright, then we've got our uranium rods. I'll do a 2 on the conveyor here. So this is just going to go up and that way because it's going to bring it elsewhere. But we only need a slow one to actually go. Why don't you go? Why? That's it. Beautiful. And then we need a storage for our spent fuel. So I reckon we make our storage for our spent fuel here. Great. And all we're doing here is we don't need a fast one again. We're only using the conveyor number 1 in. And we'll make you there. We can just go across. No. Should I not make that higher? Do I need to? I've got the other, it's fine. Okay, that's dealt with, and they will be, we don't really need to rush much of this. Now, water. Now, power-wise, so we're going to get our turbines. Where are they? They are under power. We need turbine 2. And we want the steam to come in and the steam to go out. We don't need these too far. So we can start. Doesn't really matter where they start. And then I want that to go to a low steam, which is going to be here, so 96. So 48 to 96 at the moment. So what we can do, if we boost this, we can extend that way. I know it's a pain, but we probably need to put another one of these in just to be ready. But we're not going to utilize it yet. So we will put that on pause. All right, so then we may as well get everything set up here. Then we're going to go to flywheel, and 2 of those, and then we're going to go to power generation. Once we have all this set up, we can easily copy this down here. Now, steam's going to come out from here. So we can pretty much get you to go straight there. We should use you in case we need high power. We may as well go that. Okay, that's again. We're just going to use the higher power at the moment. You'll go in there. You'll go there. And you'll go. I know I don't need to use the bigger pipes, but I am. And then this steam needs to go somewhere, so that's why I kept this high. So again, this. All right. Easily fixed. We will go up here first and then to there. Alright, so we're going to have this excess steam. So what are we going to do with that? We need to cool that down and turn it back to water. So we'll do that with a cooling tower. 96 cooling tower, so we can probably just put those, put them a bit further away just in case we expand things later on. Again, we're only using 96, so we don't need that yet. We'll build it, or will we? We won't build it, let's leave it on pause. Okay, then that will go straight down here. That's there. For now. Done. Now we need to get, that steam's going to be done, then we need to turn it back to water. I want to leave this gap so vehicles can come in for now because we need to get the, we have got a truck. Where are you at the moment? I wonder if you're going. Let me see, how many have we got? We don't have any yet because I had it on pause. There we go, our first lot's coming up now, so let's just speed that up. Takes a while, doesn't it? It's super slow. But once they're done, then we will start getting those shipped over to our nuclear plant. So we'll put that past. We don't need to, we'll flick over. We'll definitely see the uranium rod soon. So let's get back into a build. Keep it on slow mode. I know there's a lot of things that'll pop up in my alert panel, but I'm not too fussed about things I know soon. Actually, I'll just do it here because you will need to keep mining away and go up to there. That's fine. Also upgraded all of these to level 2 greenhouse. So food at the moment's not a problem. But we do have a few spare gaps here, spare gaps there to do extra food later. Okay, so we need to now pump this in. So at the moment, this is simply going to, I'm going to come out. The reason I do that because we do need a valve to set this off. Because we're producing 90, so we're basically producing 96, we'll be using 96, we'll be using 96, so we shouldn't have, but you do want, you don't want to basically get steam high and pressure and then everything shuts down, so at the moment nothing blows up I think, so, but in the future you never know, so we probably want to put some sort of valve system, balancer, at that, I don't think that's going to collect. So if we do that, then put you up there. Now we do want to be able to extend you out if we have to. Good. Then we can send this off to go to these plants. Okay, so that's why I've got that there. So that's that. We can set that up in a minute. We also got this valve here. Do I utilize it here for now? It's probably better to have that separately go out. At the moment, that's overflow. At the moment, I'm going to do it here. I know this is not the best setup, but at the moment, I'm just putting it in here. Okay, that's that. So water coming in. Now recycled water. So this is going to be pretty straightforward. This will just go here. We'll go to about there. And follow this down. You know what? I'm going to leave that for a gap for later. Stop there for a minute. Okay. Big one, we'll just get that quick built. Oh. Oops. All right, things are building up nicely. Last one. So now we need to get water. So what do we do with this water? Let's get rid of that. Let's give it a bit of a helping hand, huh? So we're not waiting around for a long time later on. Gotta make sure all the pipes are in the right direction. Okay. So water out of these two pipes, pumping along nicely. But we need to get this implemented. So what we probably want to do, I think I've got to work in this out. Okay. We're going to need to put 3 balancers. I'll tell you why in a minute. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we're going to have, for example, this one. Will go into this balancer. This one will go into that balancer. Okay. This will go into there. This will go up to, can I get up to there without making it look messy? I can on this one. Go. Okay. We then want this pipe to prioritize these, or rather this water coming in to be used, recycled basically. So we want some to go to this one and some to go to this one. So this is pretty easy. One can go in here. One can go over and into there. Get all these built up. Okay. So priority doesn't matter. It's going to split this. That's fine. It can split that. Then this is going to take the priority from this side. This is going to take the priority from there. That's not out. That is toggling direction out. No, sorry, that is in, isn't it? That should be in. Yes. And that should be no. That's going to be changed to this direction. In. Perfect. Priority in, priority in. You split to these two, so they're shared into there, which again doesn't really matter. I could have just put one into here. Reasons I'm just trying to get it to stop taking water from here, but it'll always take priority with this one, which means that won't backlog over here. Okay, why are we following this truck? Well, it's bringing across our first uranium rods. 60 of them ready for our first production from our nuclear reactor. We're going to split the atom and we're going to produce heat to produce steam to turn those turbines. Oh, we just had a crash. But we are waiting for... He's just casually strolling up. We've got to make some roads, don't we? We'll need to get that happening. And it's driving through our massive complex. Going past our power plant of the old. And we'll be switching that slowly off. And past our massive mine. Or straight down. Cut from the earth. All that beautiful coal that got us started. And this power plant will slowly help our phase off. Fully, the first things we will switch off will be the coal. Which are these dirty, pollutant plants right here. And this is what we're waiting for, right here. This one we don't need, but with these we'll get our first turbines happening. We'll then have a look at how we can increase the water in the following episodes. But we just want to get you up and running. Here it comes. We are waiting. Here he comes. Put it down to a slow speed. Don't worry about the collapsing earth. That's not going to hurt us. Got to upgrade trucks too. We can get the bigger trucks as well. Unloaded. And there they come. Now we will increase the speed slightly. Because we're about to fire up this beauty. Here we go. There will be something I've forgotten. Obviously the, let's say the blow-off valve or whatever you want to call it. We've got to fix that up as well. But we will be able to do that. Got to get 16. We've got 28 in there, so we're ready to fire up the plant. So here we go. Here it goes. We have a problem, Houston. And that'll work, won't it? Haha, we've just averted a nuclear catastrophe. So all it was I had this reversed around the wrong way. Not a big deal, and our first turbines are firing up. Because it's so small, you would not even know unless you came over here and saw that. And there we have it. Our first chain reaction to produce our first nuclear energy in our first nuclear reactor. So once that's used up those uranium rods, they will pump out this little crane here. Will go across. We'll wait for that. We'll then put in the dirty old, well, one small tub of radioactive waste, and that'll get shipped off to our radioactive plant. And away it goes, never to be seen again for many, many thousands of years. Just waiting to see when these uranium rods get pulled out. Here we go. Oh, the crane didn't come across. Maybe that's when the, how many have I got in here? 38. So we've got to make sure we should always have enough, because 38, we use 12, minimum of 16 rods required. Rods in the reactor are 20, and we've got 38 to go. So hopefully, that's probably the only catch. Do we have enough on their way? Because it's only going to send across 60. We've only got 18, so that's going to be interesting. So I don't have on part deliveries. Maybe I should switch on part deliveries. Alright, so did the water work? Let's pause. Water is working. We want that to be built now, so you can unpause you. Just so we have it for next time. Water is going through. Where are we? Where are we? Here we go. Water's coming through. And we should be taking that water. There it goes. It should go in as a priority. But we're full. That's why we're not going in. Beautiful. That's it. that's done, and we can pump it up, but we don't need it, but we can pump it up to 2. But then we're going to need more water and another lot of turbines. We could just do it, but yeah, then we're going to need 0.3 uranium rods. We're going to need a lot more uranium rods as well. But that's it. That's what we set out to do, and we did it. Fantastic. Wrapped. And this can only expand from here. If we move it, we move it. But we can phase out these bad boys. So we, as you can see, got 21 megawatts. And we're going to produce, or probably just basically copy this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably make them longer as well. And go from there. And then that will be shut down. So awesome. We are now on the way to getting through to the next phase of our tech tree. We've already researched most of it, but we've got to go into electronics. We've got to do molten silicon, which will be the silicon reactor right there with the arc furnace, which uses, I don't know if I showed you this. If you've played it, you know, but if you haven't, this uses 750 kilowatts of power. So it's a mean machine. So basically we've got 3 megawatts coming out of these. We're going to probably need every single, eventually, all of our raw will be using arc furnaces. So you can imagine how much power that is. So that's going to be fun. But we're looking good. The goods, it's all happening. And thank you very, very much for joining me on this episode. Did take about a little bit longer than a normal episode, just because we're doing a big build. Looks small. Oh, there it is. It's moving. It moved. But thanks all. And like always, I will see you all on the other side.